Greetings, everyone. This is Hip Rock here, and I'm back with another video for you guys. Well, audio video. Okay, so today, you've seen the title of this video, so you know who I'm going to be talking about. I've heard people say that she's irrelevant or flop, but it's interesting that, someone who's a flop and irrelevant is so talked about on the internet today and every day, if not, just today. And I'm talking about Tyla. She's won Grammys. I don't know how someone who's won Grammys can be a flop. I mean, there are people who've made music for years and never won a Grammy. Are they flops too? So, yeah, with that being said, we're going to talk about Tyla today. Some of the criticism she's been receiving for her A Pop album and also for just her journey as a musician so far. Yeah, let's get into it. So I've heard people say that Tyla was playing it. Oh yeah, first of all, I also want to say this. I did put Tyla's A Pop album in my top 10 favorite albums of 2026 so far. So you can check out that video and hear what I had to say about the album. I might do a album discussion on the album in future. I don't know. It depends how I feel. But I just want to say, I've heard people say that Tyla was playing it too safe on A-pop rather than reinventing her sound. Now, I disagree with this statement. I think that people might be contradicting themselves because I've heard people also say that they wanted A-pop to sound like Tyla's debut album, Tyla. So she did reinvent herself on A-pop because it sounds nothing like Tyla, which had Amapiano on it. I've also heard people complain that there wasn't any Amapiano on A-pop, But I don't know. I feel she reinvented herself. And in an interview, I heard Tyla say that she wasn't trying to redo what she did before. She was trying to do something different with this album, Yeah, let's go though. Let's continue. I've also heard people say that the heavy focus on mid-tempo R&B instead of high-energy pop was disappointing. Personally, I think I like how chill this album was. And, I know she has influences like Cassie and Aaliyah. And if you know them, RIP to Aaliyah, let me say that. If you know them, you would know that they were pretty chill. They weren't really, they don't sing like Aretha Franklin or anything like that. They just were pretty simple with how they would sing, But I guess people expect pop to have high energy. I like what Tyla's doing. Not everyone has to be the same and formulaic. I like how she knows who she is and she knows what she wants. She's not trying to conform to what people want her to be. She's doing what she wants as an artist. If you don't like her music, then I guess it's not for you. I don't know why she has to cater to you. If you're not buying her stuff, then why should she care what you think, I personally bought her album. I bought the album, I supported it. I want to see her on tour. I'm supporting her there too. I said every African has to get behind Tyla because Tyla is the blueprint to every other African pop star making it. Okay? So it makes no sense for us to be against Tyla. In fact, Black Americans shouldn't even be against Tyla, if you ask me. I feel they should be supporting her because she's the face. I mean, she's a colored. She's not really. She's a colored. Like in South Africa, she's considered to be a colored. But to the rest of the world, she's a black woman, But I just feel like, I think, to the rest of the world, she's black. And if black women should be supporting her. And black women should know how difficult it is to make it in the industry. So to not support her. It's kind of like it doesn't make any sense. Women should know how hard it is in a male dominated industry. They should know how hard it is to make it. And she's so young. Okay, let me continue though. I've heard people say that there is a lack of radio hits on A Pop compared to her debut release. Personally, I think most of the songs, except two of them, are all hits on this album. They're all good. They can all be singles. Okay? I've heard people say her vocal delivery was uninspired or too airy. I have no problem with that. That kind of airiness that people talk about is now in. It's just in. Ariana Grande is like that. She has that breathy kind of way of singing. It's just really chill. That's just in right now. I don't know why people expect everyone to sound the same. They want her to sound super soulful like Aretha Franklin or something. No disrespect to Aretha Franklin, R.I.P. to her, but not everyone has to sound like that. I don't know why, especially people of African descent, blacks, we expect people to just sound like that and all be the same. I don't know why. Like, let her be an individual. Respect the individual. I hear people say they're also not too happy about the That Girl video. It's AI. Well, let me say this. AI will become art in future. Every invention that was ever invented has always been, what's the word? Has always been not accepted at first, but eventually we assimilate and we accept it. When computers were invented, they replaced people's jobs. People lost jobs. Okay? We didn't need certain people anymore because of computers and technology and where technology was going. Now we're going to another level with AI. AI is going to make people lose their jobs. A lot of people, even worse. Okay? Whatever invention you want to talk about, if you even want to just talk about fire, when fire was invented, it scared the caveman. That's just how it is. At first, we don't know how to accept it, but eventually we adapt. That's how we evolve. That's just how it is. We're scared of it at first. We're against it at first, but eventually we get used to it. Now look at Tyga just released that Starface album, and he said he used AI, and now people are talking about the album. I'm telling you, AI is going to become art. People are going to accept AI as art. It's a tool. People were against auto-tune when it came out. Now people use auto-tune. It's no problem. I'm telling you, AI is going to become art. Whether that video is AI or not, I don't know. Some people say it should have been a high budget video. It really could have helped her. I don't know what the financial situation is, with her team and whatnot. The budget they have, I don't know. All I know is this. Anyhow, let me move on. Let me move on. I'm stressing this out too long. Let me get to what I want. What I want to say is this. Even though the video isn't what people wanted, okay, I still think I like the creative direction she took. She did something different, It's an animation. It's not that bad, It was just another way of her expressing herself. I know people want to see her living a rich lifestyle and doing all this other stuff, or I don't know what they wanted to see. All I know is this: even if she did do that, I think people would still find a reason to complain because people just don't like Tyla. I don't know what it is. I've heard people who say they just don't like her. Even if she did make that video better, I think people will still find a reason to complain. So let me continue. All right. So, to me, I just want to say that the fact that a South African woman has made it this far, that should be commended in my opinion. I think us younger generation feels too entitled to high budget videos when we don't even buy artists' albums anymore. We stream music for for free. Only a few people actually buy music these days. Only a few. Only a few people actually go to concerts. If you didn't buy the album, if you didn't buy tickets to the tour she's going to be doing, then don't complain. Listen to the album for free and walk away and go listen to whoever you want to listen to. I don't see why you have to send her a hate message now. I don't see why. She didn't do anything. She made an album. She didn't diss anyone on the album. Rappers diss people all day. Rappers talk about how rich they are, and no one has a problem with that. Everyone just says, oh, let me listen to this guy talk about how rich he is and how broke niggas and that. Now Tyler just says, shake your bum, and people are mad. She didn't diss anyone. She's just trying to make people have fun and party. There's nothing wrong with that. She shouldn't be receiving the amount of hate that she's receiving. It's ridiculous. But let me continue. Okay? Alright. Let me breathe. Okay. Back in the day, you actually had to have money to hear albums. Now you can just hear albums for free. Now, I've actually made music myself, so I know what it's like. I know the work you have to put in. It's not, the thing is, there's also the people critiquing albums have never made an album in their life. It's not an easy thing. It's not easy. And to get so much hate after so much work being put in. She's toying, she's rehearsing, doing in the studio, recording, all that work. And then people just tell you they hate you after that. I mean, think about what that does to you psychologically. It's ridiculous. It's unnecessary. And I feel it's kind of like you have, I don't know what it is. Human beings have this thing where there's someone good. They do good for humanity, and then we persecute them. I don't know what it is, But let's continue. I've heard some people say that there's no depth to the songs on A Pop. Pop songs aren't meant to be deep. I don't know what people are talking about. I've only seen Black American women getting upset about how she identifies herself as colored. And they keep saying, well, America's this, so America's, whatever. Like, to make it in the music industry, you have to make it in America. So she should identify as, she never says she's not black. She says she's colored in South Africa and black to the rest of the world. Okay? Whatever insecurities people have after that, I really don't know what to say. I've seen people repeat this again and again, and people still complain. All right? Now, I understand because I was actually born in Southern Africa. So I already know, like, the whole colored culture. I understand it, And Americans don't understand it, Anyhow, let me continue. I haven't seen many people of European descent getting angry about Tyla either, I think personally that she has the pretty girl curse. And it's sad to see. She's a very beautiful woman, of course, and that leads people to feel some type of way, and I don't know what to say. I like her confidence and her honesty, as well. Not just her beauty, but her confidence and honesty. She's not fake. She doesn't pretend to be perfect and know it all, She doesn't stick her nose up. I've heard people say she has a bad personality. She's a mean girl. But when you see her talking to her fans, I watched the listening party session. She was in there making sure people don't fight. She was getting down with fans. She was dancing with other girls. She wasn't acting like she's perfect, I just don't get it. Anyhow, so I think that's refreshing about her. She doesn't try to seem like she's perfect or like she knows it all. She doesn't try to be fake. She's just herself, and that's very refreshing, in my opinion. Maybe some people like fake celebrities who pretend and lie, but I don't know. I think celebrity culture needs to change, and celebrities need to change how they, present themselves to their supporters. I think people really want to know who someone really is. Why can't people sell that instead of selling something that's not real? I don't know, you know? But anyhow, let me just end it by saying this. A Pop is just an album. She's not hurting anyone. America has bigger problems than Tyler right now. Um, we see it in the news every day. I don't need to say anything. If you know, you know. If you don't, well, there's a reason why you don't know. Um, Tyler's just a pop artist. It's no big deal. It's no reason to threaten her and do all this other stuff. She's not hurting anyone. We love her. She's a proud South African. I was born in Southern Africa, you know, and I've been to South Africa and I've been to Johannesburg, and I love the people of South Africa. And in my opinion, she's doing them, justice, and she's really waving the flag high. And I want to see Tyler win, and I will be supporting her. You know, whatever she puts out, whatever she does, I'm gonna be supporting her. And on this channel, I support her. This is my channel. If you don't like Tyler, that's cool. Leave a comment in this comment section, but keep it respectful. If you don't like her, bring some criticism that's actually, grounded in, some intellectual arguments. Don't just spread hate. Like, if you're going to argue with me about Tyler, make sure you bring points, that invalidate what I have to say, if you do. And do it respectfully. Don't do it with emotion and anger and bang your keyboard, and be immature, you know. Be mature, because you don't see Tyler acting like that after all the hate she's getting. So why would you act up, But yeah, leave a comment. Let me know how you guys feel about Tyler, her album. Let me know what you think about the hate she's receiving. I don't know. I feel sorry for her, man. But I like her confidence and I like what she's doing. She inspires me. She makes me want to fight for my dreams as well, because she's not letting the whole world stop her from achieving her dream. So let's go, A Pop, Summer, here we go. You know what it is. You know how I do. This is hip rock. Peace and love. Signing out. Leave a comment, guys. One love.